Good evening. Welcome to Motivational Monday. I'm Dr. Lisa, and as always, thank you so much for tuning in. It is Monday evening. Here we are. So here we go. This evening, we're going to talk about motivation. So we're going to start off with a definition of motivation. By definition, motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting in a certain way. So what is your motivation? And we have different motivations for different things. Some of us may be in school. What is our motivation for finishing school? To get the degree, to get a better job, to start our own business. Some of us have the motivation to start our own business. What is your motivation for starting your own business? Is it for increased finances? Is it so that you can work for yourself and you don't have to work for others? What is your motivation? So this week, I want to start out, and in the chat, we're going to talk about our motivations for different things. You can pick one thing, or you can tell us about several things that you long for and your motivations for those things. But at least pick one thing and tell us why you're motivated to accomplish that goal, to achieve that goal. What is your motivation? Next thing I want to talk about is we all have motivations. And I'm going to use the topic of grow my business. My motivation for wanting to grow my business is I don't like working for other people. I haven't for a long time. And also, I would like to have additional income to where if I want to travel or I want to wake up and say, I don't want to work on wellness today. I don't want to work on real estate today. I want to spend time with my family. I want to go travel. I want to see something new. I want to have the finances to be able to do that. And again, I don't want to ever have to work for anyone else in life. Currently, I still do the nursing job and I do enjoy nursing. Nursing is something I've wanted to do for a very long time, probably all of my life, and I'm glad that I am a nurse. But I can be a nurse or do nursing activities without working for someone else. So my goal is to have it so even though I enjoy doing what I enjoy, I'm doing it for myself and on my own accord and not for someone else. I have my own rules, my own regulations. I decide when and where I work. I decide where I work and who I take on as clients or, on the other sense, who I don't take on as clients. It's all up to Dr. Lisa. So that is my motivation for growing the business. Now, with motivation, there also comes lack of motivation. Sometimes, we all know some days we wake up and we're highly motivated, highly energized, highly engaged, and we go out and we do great and wonderful things. And then there are some days where, hey, it's just a challenge to get up, to get out of bed, to get started, to get that coffee, to go make contacts, or whatever you need to do to reach your goals. I want to talk about, I have pulled up here just a couple things. Once I can open my phone here, I pulled up a couple things on motivation and things to help us to stay, ways to motivate us on those days when we're not particularly motivated. So the first thing is acknowledge your resistance and your difficult feelings with motivations. Sometimes, we try to trick ourselves and say, hey, I'm motivated as we lay in bed, or I'm motivated as we sit on the couch with our feet propped up, flipping through maybe Netflix or something different. So the best thing to do is acknowledge it. Admit to yourself that, hey, I'm not particularly motivated, because the only way to address it and to overcome the obstacle or the hurdle that we have for the lack of motivation is to be honest with ourselves and then find out why we aren't motivated. And then hopefully once we identify that reason, we'll be able to pick up the motivation and move on. Another thing it says, don't blame yourself for procrastinating now and then. Now and then, it is okay to put your feet up on the couch and watch a Netflix, movie or television show or binge watch something. Every now and again, it is okay to do that. It becomes a problem when it becomes an everyday thing. we every day we kick our feet up on the couch and that's all we do all day. We kick our feet up on the couch and we watch Netflix or television or something or do something other than what's going to help to achieve our goal. We spend hours. We spend 8 hours doing something that is not going to help us achieve our goal, and we spend maybe an hour working towards, something that is going to help us achieve our goal. And 50 minutes of that is prep time to do 10 minutes of something that's going to be gainful to helping us reach our goal. So procrastination every once in a while, very far and few between, is okay. But we just don't want procrastination to become a habit and to become our everyday. Um, let's see. Try to understand your work habits. Some of us have different work habits. I notice here it is summer. So air conditioning is on in most businesses, any offices, at home we have the air conditioning on. I don't like working in air conditioning. I work better in warmer weather. So for me, if I'm out somewhere, if I'm able to go outside and work, or if I'm able to go on the balcony, if I'm home, it's warmer outside, that really works better for me. It also works better for me other than being in an enclosed, being in an office, being at home. It works better for me to go outside and do something. So I try as much as possible to do activities outside, to work outside. I do my walk runs. That's where I think. That's where I get my ideas and my thoughts. So that is my work habit. So what's your best work habit? Where do you work best? What motivates you? What helps you to stay engaged and active? Let's see. We're going to look at maybe one more. Focus at the task at hand. That's one thing I know that hinders my motivation. I have 900 things to do, and my mind tends to go different directions, different places, and I think about A, and then I'll skip down to C, and then I'll skip down to D, then maybe back to A. It's better to pick one thing. And what I'm doing now, I write a schedule for myself. And I say, okay, from 8 to 9, this is what I'm going to work on. From 9 to 12, this is what I'm going to work on. And I have a schedule, and I try to stick to the topic at hand, because if not, you can go all over the place. And a lot of times, if you're all over the place, your accomplishments are, you'll have accomplishments, but you may not really see your accomplishments because you have a little accomplishment in A, a little accomplishment in C, a little in D, so on and so forth. Whereas if you stick to A, then you'll see a huge accomplishment in A. That can be very rewarding, very motivating for you to go on and move to topic B. So stick to and focus the task at hand and find out, how you work best. Maybe it's doing a schedule for yourself, or maybe it's just doing one thing a day. But whatever works best for you, stick to the task at hand. So this week's second thing in the chat this week, I encourage you to go ahead and talk about some of the things that will help to motivate you. How will you stay on track with your motivation? How do you recognize things that decrease your motivation, and what can you do to help to counteract and increase your motivation? So I encourage you to write about those two things in the chat. As always, I encourage you to respond to others in the chat. That's how we learn and we grow together. And, I look forward to chatting along with you guys. Again, I try to get in there, but I've started that I do my answers to the topic in my weekly motivational. So mine are already out there, and you know what I'm doing and some of the things that are helping me or that I'm trying to do to gain and grow. So I hope to hear from you and the chat and letting everyone else know how you plan to learn and grow and stay motivated. So until next week, always love yourself, love others, always do something each and every day that makes you happy, that makes you smile. always, always, always stay positive and always live your best life. Until next week, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week. Have an amazing week. Have a motivating week. And I will see you all next week. Have a good week. God bless.